Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, this is fantastic. This morning, the markets have regained their animal spirits, and I'm really happy. Of course, this is going to be short-lived, but we should take the opportunity to ride the bullish wave for the time being, and then we'll see what happens. So at this point of time, the way I'm looking at it is that overall, it's going to be a day where all the share prices, regardless of wherever they are, it's all going to move up because this tariff has been put to a stop. And having put a hold on the tariff right now, actually the government said Trump doesn't have the authority to tariff, but knowing Trump, he's going to make appeals after appeals and take it all the way up to Supreme Court. So this adds another layer of uncertainty. But right now, the market is just focused at the fact that the court ruled Trump doesn't have the authority, so tariffs are going away. But if you peel the layers behind it, you can see that other countries which were negotiating with Trump are now going to wait and watch. They are not going to be rushing back to the negotiation table. Because if the courts prevail, then Trump doesn't have the authority to impose tariffs. So it's going to be business as usual. And then if that happens, it leaves us with the problem of the huge deficit, which is what Trump tried to solve in the first place. So I've got a separate video coming up on that. And I'll talk about those in detail at that time. But suffice to say right now, it's both good news and bad news. Good news that the tariffs are not taking place, but the damage already done to the supply chains, which will impact back to school season and the holiday season, cannot be reversed. So that pain is definitely coming in. The Fed is watching this from the sidelines. And if the Fed sees that there is less possibility of inflation, probably we could see a dovish Fed, and that could be good for the market. But on the positive side, the second positive is NVDA results, which was amazing. I'm working on a separate video on NVIDIA results and a special long video on the AI vision that NVIDIA chief Jensen Huang highlighted during the earnings call. The things that he mentioned are already in production. Based on that, I have a long form video with a whole lot of details that you as a retail investor might want to consider, and also you as a working person or a retiree might want to consider and expect from your lawmakers going forward. So that's a separate video for later, but it's a lot of excitement this morning for me. And I'm looking at all the futures looking positive. And also Elon Musk is back in full force as an entrepreneur. So I'm looking forward to the robot taxi launch on the 12th of June in Austin. And also going forward in Saudi Arabia. I don't have a date for that, but I wish him the very best. And hopefully he can bring back the glory to Tesla. So with that said, I want to go and have a look at our TradingView platform to look at what's happening with the indicators. So for today, I think that our first resistance is going to be 5,988.24. We would open just below it or slightly above it. So this is the first resistance for us. And the next resistance is the all-time high of 6147 for S&P 500. The support is going to start at 5,884.50. So that's our immediate support. With regard to NASDAQ, I'm thinking that we might open above the resistance of 21,488.67 today. So I'm going to mark this as a support. And then our resistance for today is going to be around 21,838. So that's where I think we are going to hit the resistance. And our long-term resistance also is this double top out here. And this is going to be somewhere around 22,207. That's the ultimate high, at least for the near future that I'm looking at. Later on, I will draw a diagonal high, which has been coming with us for almost 10 years or something. So that will be the ultimate stop where we will probably track our way down. As far as the VIX is concerned, It opened much lower, around 18, but it has been moving up towards the day as slowly the market participants starts recognizing that the hold by the court, the decision by the court is not the end of the story, and it's going to be challenged at various levels all the way to Supreme Court. And also the deficit problem in case the courts prevail and Trump doesn't get the ability to impose tariffs. So all of those things will start coming into play. So in short, more uncertainty, more complex uncertainty going forward. And when that realization comes, I'm expecting the VIX to go up. But as for today and for tomorrow, I think we are looking at a bullish streak. Gold has improved a little bit, which would probably indicate that the DXY or dollar index might have gone down. Let us look at the dollar index and see what's happening with the dollar index. Yes, from yesterday, the dollar index has gone down, though it's a little bit elevated, but it has come down significantly, and that is reflected in the gold prices. And let us look at the yields. The yields are on their way back up, back on top of this diagonal line of resistance. And I'm expecting that with this new court verdict, the deficit is not addressed, and the big fat, I'm saying big fat bill, big beautiful bill of Trump is still in play, even though the Senate might not be amenable to it, but still that is in play. So we'll see what happens, because the further complication is that the big bill was based on the tariff revenues. Now, if the tariff revenues are not there, what's going to happen to the deficits? So all those issues come into play while the discussion takes place on the bill in the Senate. So that's what I have for you here, my friends. And let's go on directly and have a look at AI. Most of my short positions are going to suffer significantly, and I'm going to cut off my exposure to the shorts, at least for today, because I don't know how long this euphoria will last. But NVDA has broken apart from his immediate resistance, which was somewhere around 140.12, which is this green line. We are opening above that today, and our next resistance is going to be 153.04. And we'll also have a minor line of resistance out here, which is going to be, we'll mark this orange, it's 148.87. So it's a minor line of resistance. Now we have Meta, which is up 1.06% in pre-market trades, and resistance continues to be 655.91. Support is going to be 630.63. Google is up 1.08% in pre-market trades, and our support for today is going to be 172.50. Right now we are at 175.25, and resistance is 180.44. Amazon is up 1.83% in the pre-market trades, and our support continues to be, our support is going to be the earlier resistance of 207.87, which I'm going to mark as green. And we are going to be having another resistance out here, and we'll draw the line of resistance for us. And I would place the resistance somewhere out here on the gap up area, which is going to be performing the role of resistance for us today, and it's going to be at 215.68. Apple is up 2.11% in pre-market trades. Resistance is at 207.47. Pre-market, we are at 204.60. Our support is going to be 203.52. And if you look at Microsoft, we are up 0.59% on Microsoft. Our support continues to be 454.53, and our resistance is going to be 467.82. Once again, support is going to be 454.14, and resistance is going to be 467.62. Tesla is up 2.16% in the pre-market trades. It's at 364.60. We have a support already at 362.08, which is going to perform the role of a support today. Our resistance is going to be 377.56. Oracle is up 1.75% in pre-market trades. Our support is going to be at around 162.38. Pre-market, we are at 166.72. Our minor line of resistance at 167.38 will continue to be a minor line of resistance. And I'm going to draw a line of resistance out here, which is going to be performing the next resistance for Oracle. Then we go to AMD. AMD is up 2.55% in pre-market trades. Our support is going to be 114.93. Right now, we are at 115.74 in pre-market trades. Resistance is 125.29. SMCI is up 3.31% in pre-market trades. And we are right now at 43.36. We used to have a resistance at 42.97, which is now going to become a support for today. And we have a minor resistance at 46.21. Next, we have Broadcom, which is up 2.62% in pre-market trades. We still have a support at 236.69. Presently, pre-market, we are at 245.60. Our resistance is going to be 247.76 for today. And our ultimate resistance, if we break above that, is going to be at around 250.06. Palantir is up 1.18% in pre-market trades. Our resistance used to be at 124.43, which now becomes a support for today. And our minor line of resistance at 130.32 is going to be the resistance for today. SMH, Semiconductor ETF, is up 2.62%. And we had drawn a price target of 279.90. That's very well in play today. And our support is going to be 246.15 for today. And presently, pre-market, we are at 248.71. Our minor line of resistance is 251.51 for today. And this is all the NVDA effect. And for our friend Hot Dog, Tempest AI is up 2.16%. Our support continues to be 50.19. Presently, we are at 54.35, and therefore our resistance is going to be 59.39 for today. So that's the state of the nation for this morning. I'd quickly take a look at the chat section to see if there is any interaction to be had. And with that, I would like to